Hey everybody, sorry to be a wee bit late, or at least later than I would like, getting this video posted. I shoot for Sundays and sometimes it just doesn't quite work out. But here's what we will want to do this week. You've got some readings here, and these are in your textbook, and you can know that they're in your textbook if you scroll down here and you don't see them. If you don't see anything posted here, then that means that you want to go here and look for them there. Everything that you are going to read is going to be either in the textbook or in a PDF that I post in that particular week. I try to make this as easy peasy simple as possible. I don't want anybody to get, caught up in making things too complicated or anything like that. I try to make this just cut and dried, easy peasy, straightforward. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you do the readings. In case you didn't notice last week, you may not have realized this, but a lot of the stuff that you're thinking about and planning to write about, and then of course things that are popping up on quizzes, are coming directly from these readings. When I sit down and create the quizzes, I use the texts that you will be reading that week to create the quiz, unless of course it's like the end of the semester test, the big exam, in which case it's everything. But for the weekly quizzes, those are going to come from the weekly readings. Like I said, I try to keep it simple. You've got 2 journals to do, and you've got a video that you want to watch relating to formatting your essay so that it's in MLA style. And there's this video that's right here is really short, and it speaks to all the different things that you have to do to make a paper look correct for MLA. And honestly, I could go into a lot of history and detail about why it is that papers are required to be set up this way in order to, correlate with what MLA says. But really what we want to do is everybody's paper needs to look the same, which I know really kind of steps all over creativity. But there are reasons for it, and they're valid reasons, but everybody's paper should look the same. So if you are not sure what to do to make your paper look the way that it should, the first thing that you can do is go here. MLA format Purdue Owl. That is your friend. And this is how that paper should look. This right here is exactly how it should look. And if you go to this Purdue Owl website, it's going to give you written directions for how to do this, but then it's also going to give you somewhere down here, a sample paper. And you will download it automatically, and bam, there it is. And they have actually, it looks like, made some changes to this. Yes, it's actually much more recent, and they have fixed what looks like the errors that were in it previously. So this has got some descriptions of the things that you need to do and how they should be set up. Your header, your heading over here that's got, date, class, etc., etc. Please note this right here. There is no extra line space between the 2 paragraphs. And that video gets into all of this. So if you are ever lost, please remember this, that you can type MLA Purdue Owl into the search bar, and it will bring you right here where you can see a sample paper. So, all right, so you should watch this video. You should take the attendance quiz, which is relying on your reading of these things, and then work on that narrative essay. I apologize again for that being a little bit confusing last week, and thank you again to those of you who brought that to my attention, because I teach at 3 different schools and things get a little muddy in my brain. I apologize for that. But here's where your rough draft will be submitted. And if you, oh gosh, that's right. It doesn't look like that for you. If you click on that, you will go to the area where you submit your essay. And let me put this into, I'll put this into student view so that mine looks like what you see, I hope. There we go. All right. So when you go here to submit your rough draft, you'll see add submission. And it's just like sending an email. You put your file here and you submit the file itself, and you will be, all set. Your rough draft will have been submitted. And when you go and look at this, you will be able to see a rubric. And it's going to be a really simple rubric that basically says, did you write enough for me to give you some feedback and to have a general idea of whether or not you're on the right track, and was it on time. So that's all you got to do in order to get a big fat 100 here. So this is one of those things where I always say, please, for heaven's sakes, do the rough draft and turn it in on time. That's, you'll miss out on quite a few really easy points if you don't. Plus, I will endeavor to give you feedback as quickly as I can. If I can think of anything else, I'll send you guys a note, an announcement. If you have questions for me, if you have concerns, complaints, if you have run across something that you're unclear about, for heaven's sakes, email me, because it's very likely that you're not confused, but instead that there's a problem, and I can fix it if I know about it. So give me a shout if you need help with anything, whatever. And you guys have a wonderful week.